So, was Ridge Forrester's decision to keep Steffy in power a calculated move to save the family legacy, or was it the ultimate betrayal of the woman he claims to love? Think about it for a second. Is Forrester Creations about to see the birth of a new empire, or are we just watching the final, slow-motion collapse of a dynasty? We're standing right on the edge of a corporate and emotional bloodbath this week on The Bold and The Beautiful. For months, this tension has been simmering under the surface, but as we move into the week of May 18th, 2026, the pot has finally boiled over. Ridge Forrester has officially lowered the boom on Brooke Logan, choosing to keep his daughter, Steffy, in that co-CEO seat while leaving Brooke, and by extension, Hope, completely out in the cold. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why did he really do it? This isn't just about business titles or who has the bigger office. It's about Ridge finally drawing a hard line in the sand between his two families. For years, he's tried to play both sides, but by backing Steffy, he's essentially choosing Forrester blood over Logan loyalty. He's trying to mitigate the fallout, which is just so classic Ridge, right? He wants to break someone's heart and then be the one to hand them a tissue. Honestly, Ridge trying to mitigate fallout is like a pyromaniac trying to put out a forest fire with a water pistol. You can't tell your wife no on a massive career dream and then expect a peaceful dinner that night. It feels so patronizing. He thinks he can defend the choice by appealing to logic, but in the world of the Logans and Forresters, logic died a long time ago. When you look at the psychology of it, Ridge is stuck in this massive peacekeeper's paradox. He actually believes that by keeping things exactly as they are with Steffy, he's preventing a larger war. But his ego won't let him see that his indecision is actually the thing starting the very Forrester Civil War he says he's afraid of. He's stuck in this loop of trying to validate his daughter's legacy while trying to keep his wife's affection, and the funny thing is, he's probably losing the respect of both. Let's talk about Steffy's victory for a minute, because it's pretty shocking. Steffy is officially staying put, and even she was caught off guard by the news. Think about that. She didn't even think her own father would have the spine to say no to Brooke. Why did she win? Well, she successfully changed the conversation from who is better at the job to who owns the name. She framed Brooke's request as an attempt to usurp her rather than just wanting to help. By forcing Ridge to choose between his daughter and his wife, she triggered his deep-seated instinct to protect his firstborn's inheritance. But how is Steffy feeling on the inside? She's probably feeling a mix of "I told you so" and a huge amount of pressure. She's won the seat, sure, but look at the cost. She knows the Logans are going to be coming for her now. When she flips out and blames Hope for everything, it's just a shield. She's masking her own fear about the company's stability with all that outward aggression. If you reframe the situation, this isn't even a real victory for Steffy. It's a burden. By keeping the seat, she's now the main target for every single Logan. Ridge basically put a crown on her head that has a giant bullseye on the back of it, and then there's Brooke. She is deeply disappointed. And man, that is putting it lightly. She's reeling from the rejection because Ridge sidelined her once again. He's trying to tell her she can still make a difference, but Brooke isn't a fool. She knows that without the title, she's just an employee in a house she used to help run. This is a huge shift for her. She's finally seeing the Ridge cycle for what it really is. Every time she thinks they are a team, he reminds her that when it comes to business, she's a Logan first and a wife second. Do you think it's time for her to finally walk away? People are already whispering about her and Hope hightailing it over to Logan, and honestly, I'm here for it. If I were Brooke, I'd take my hope for the future line and build a rival empire with Bill and Katie just to see the look on Steffy's face when Forrester's profit margins start to tank. Brooke is dealing with a serious narcissistic injury right now. Her whole sense of self is tied to how much influence she has over Ridge. When that influence fails to get her a promotion, it shatters her illusion that she's the most important person in his life. This newfound clarity she's feeling isn't just about business, it's about survival. Now, we have to talk about Hope, because while the parents are playing corporate chess, she's the one actually losing her baby. Her fashion line, Hope for the Future, is being shoved into a corner while the company focuses on couture. By Thursday, Hope is going to be demanding answers from Steffy, and by Friday, her entire career at Forrester is hanging by a thread. This happened because Hope let her professional future depend on her mother's romantic relationship. When Brooke failed to get that co-CEO seat, Hope lost her only protection. Steffy has been adamant about stalling Hope's line, and now there's nobody left to stop her. Hope has to be in a state of total panic. HFTF isn't just a job for her, it's who she is. Seeing it unravel is like watching her own legacy dissolve before it even gets a chance to start. She feels betrayed not just by Steffy, but by Ridge, someone she thought actually cared about her work. Think of Hope as the sacrificial lamb of this whole civil war. She's the collateral damage of a fight she didn't even start. Steffy isn't just cutting a fashion line here. She's performing a symbolic logonectomy on the entire company. And what about Hope's identity? If she's not the lead designer of a successful line at Forrester, who is she even supposed to be? Her desperation when she demands answers from Steffy shows how scared she is of being erased from the Forrester history books. Do you think Hope has what it takes to start over from scratch, or is she too tied to the Forrester name? Then we have King Bill entering the chat. While the Forresters are busy squabbling over chairs, Bill Spencer is smelling blood in the water. He's already calling himself the king of the fashion world and telling Hope to leave that dusty old fashion house behind. Bill is such a classic opportunist. He's not offering Hope a job because he's a nice guy. He's doing it to mess with Forrester and to get the Logans back under his thumb. He sees the rift between Ridge and Brooke as a perfect business opportunity. I have to say, I love ruthless Bill. He's the only one being honest right now. Forrester is turning into an exclusive club where you only get in if you have the right last name, and if Bill can give Hope a real platform to shine, she'd be crazy not to take it. Bill's king of the world attitude is just his ego taking over. He thrives on this kind of chaos and thinks he can rescue the Logans while dominating the industry at the same time. But here's a twist I didn't see coming. Taylor Hayes is going to get a new perspective on Brooke. Instead of the usual drama, Taylor is actually looking at her old rival through a different lens. Why is this happening now? Well, Taylor is a psychologist. She sees the patterns. She's watching Ridge do to Brooke exactly what he's done to women for decades. He promises the world and then chooses his own ego at the very last second. Taylor might actually be feeling a rare moment of sisters-in-arms empathy. She knows exactly what it's like to be sidelined by Ridge. Her new perspective isn't about suddenly liking Brooke. It's about recognizing that they've both been through the same mess. Think about it, if Taylor and Brooke actually teamed up, or even just stopped fighting, Ridge would lose all his power. His power comes from those two women fighting over him. If they stop, he's just a guy with a pencil and a bunch of excuses. Taylor is practicing clinical detachment here. By looking at Brooke like a subject or a rival with a valid point, she's protecting herself from getting sucked back into the drama. Meanwhile, down in the design office, we've got a literal ticking time bomb. Remy Price is still pressuring his cousin Dylan, and the secret of their relationship is about to blow Dylan's world wide open. Remy is using Dylan as a pawn to try and get back on Deke Sharp's good side. He's holding secrets over her head, including how she really got that art teacher job. And the crazy part? He's the intruder that Charlie is hunting for, but he just keeps slipping through the cracks. Dylan has to be living in a state of constant fear. She's terrified that Elektra is going to find out she's related to the guy who stalked her with deepfakes. Every time Remy shows up, Dylan feels the walls closing in on her fresh start. Honestly, Remy is such a creep. That "just give me a chance" routine he does is pure manipulation. Dylan needs to come clean to Elektra right now before Remy does it for her. In the world of soaps, the secret you try to hide is always the one that ends up ending you. Remy is basically a sociopath who thinks family is just a type of currency. Dylan, on the other hand, is struggling with imposter syndrome. She feels like she only got her job because of Remy's shady help, which makes her perfect for his blackmail. As the week goes on, the peace at Forrester is going to be a total lie. RJ and Zend are trying to put their differences aside for the sake of the company, but the foundation is already cracking. Zend is starting to realize what his future actually looks like there, and it probably isn't great. He's probably realizing he'll never be the top guy as long as the real Forresters are running the show. The conflict is moving from a personal spat to a full-on system failure. When Charlie Weber, who might be the worst head of security ever, starts hunting for intruders, it's basically a metaphor for the whole company. They're looking for threats on the outside, while the real danger is already sitting in the CEO office. Tensions are going to skyrocket by Thursday when Hope demands those answers from Steffy. This isn't going to be a polite chat over coffee. This is the boiling point, where the Logan Forrester battle takes over everything. Hope is fighting for her professional life, and Steffy is the one holding the axe. So, what's going to happen next? I've got some predictions. First, I think we're going to see the Great Logan Migration. By the end of the month, Brooke and Hope might actually resign from Forrester. The Logan fashion house won't just be a threat anymore, it'll be a reality. This is going to cause a massive stock drop for Forrester and leave Ridge scrambling to fix the mess he made. Second, the Remy secret is going to explode. Elektra is going to find out the truth about Dylan and Remy by the end of the week. This is going to ruin Dylan's relationship with Elektra and might lead to Will Spencer taking a huge emotional risk to protect Elektra from the fallout. And finally, that Taylor-Brooke alliance might actually be real. Taylor could end up defending Brooke to Ridge, which would alienate him from both of them. He'd be left all alone with his legacy and a very empty house. Before I let you go, I have to know what you think about all this. First, the big debate. Was Ridge right to choose Steffy for the sake of the legacy, or is he just a coward who's afraid of his daughter's temper tantrums? Who do you think deserves that co-CEO seat more, the legacy kid Steffy or the experienced Brooke? And what about the career moves? Should Hope and Brooke just leave Forrester and start Logan with Bill? Or would moving to Bill Spencer's world be like jumping from the frying pan straight into the fire? This week is going to be absolutely nuts. We've got secret cousins, corporate backstabbing, and the potential end of Hope Logan's career as we know it. The Forrester Civil War isn't a teaser anymore. It is here, and nobody is safe. If you loved this deep dive into the psychological warfare of the bold and the beautiful, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out and keeps these analysis videos coming your way. Also, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a single spoiler update or deep dive analysis. What's your take on the Remy and Dylan secret? Is Remy really trying to change? Or is he just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off? Let me know in the comments. I'll be jumping in there to talk through your theories with you. Thanks so much for watching, and stay bold out there. I'll see you in the next one. Whether Ridge was right depends on if you prioritize business stability and legacy or personal fairness and family harmony. From a corporate standpoint, Ridge's decision to keep Steffy as co-CEO was intended to mitigate fallout and maintain stability at Forrester Creations. He has been adamant about focusing the company on couture, a vision Steffy shares, rather than continuing to prioritize Hope's line, hope for the future. Steffy was actually caught off guard and shocked by the outcome, as she did not expect her father to stand his ground against Brooke's power play. However, from the perspective of his marriage and the Logan's contributions, the decision appears highly damaging. Brooke is deeply disappointed and reeling because she feels Ridge has sidelined her once again on a major company decision. While Ridge attempted to appeal to her logic, Brooke remains unconvinced and bitter, questioning where his true priorities lie. This choice has also placed Hope Logan's career in jeopardy, leaving her future at the company hanging in the balance as she prepares to demand answers from Steffy. The fallout has reached a point where external players are now looking to exploit the rift. Bill Spencer has already dismissed Forrester as a dusty old fashion house, urging Hope and Brooke to hightail it over to his and Katie's rival company, Logan. Interestingly, even Taylor Hayes is beginning to gain a new perspective on her rival, potentially showing empathy for Brooke after witnessing Ridge's decision. Ultimately, Ridge's attempt to lower the boom on Brooke may have saved Steffy's seat, but it has pushed the company toward chaos and potentially destroyed the trust within his own home. Was Ridge Forrester's decision to keep Steffy in power a calculated move to save the family legacy, or was it the ultimate betrayal of the woman he claims to love? Honestly, think about that for a second. Is Forrester Creations about to witness the birth of a new empire? Or are we just watching the final, slow-motion collapse of a dynasty? We are standing right on the edge of a corporate and emotional bloodbath this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. For months, the tension has been simmering under the surface, but as we move into the week of May 18th, 2026, the pot has finally boiled over. Ridge Forrester has officially lowered the boom on Brooke Logan, choosing to keep his daughter, Steffy, in the co-CEO seat while leaving Brooke, and by extension, Hope, out in the cold. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why did he really do it? This isn't just about business titles or who has the bigger office. It's about Ridge finally drawing a hard line in the sand between his two families. For years, he's tried to play both sides, but by backing Steffy, he's essentially choosing Forrester blood over Logan loyalty. He's attempting to mitigate the fallout, which is just so classic Ridge. He wants to break someone's heart and then be the one to hand them a tissue. Honestly, Ridge trying to mitigate fallout is like a pyromaniac trying to put out a forest fire with a water pistol. You can't tell your wife no on a massive career dream and then expect a peaceful dinner that night. It feels so patronizing. He thinks he can defend the choice by appealing to logic, but in the world of the Logans and Forresters, logic died a long time ago. The funny thing is that Ridge is suffering from a massive case of what I call the peacekeeper's paradox. He actually believes that by maintaining the status quo with Steffy, he is preventing a larger war. However, his ego won't allow him to see that his indecision is actually the catalyst for the very Forrester civil war he claims to fear. He's stuck in a loop of trying to validate his daughter's legacy while trying to keep his wife's affection, and he doesn't realize he's losing the respect of both. Let's talk about Steffy for a minute, because she was actually caught off guard by this whole thing. She didn't think her father would actually have the spine to say no to Brooke. Why did Steffy win? Because she shifted the narrative from who is more qualified to who owns the name. She successfully framed Brooke's request as an attempt to usurp her rather than a collaboration. By forcing Ridge to choose between his daughter and his wife, she triggered his deep-seated paternal instinct to protect his firstborn's inheritance. Internally, Steffy is likely feeling a mix of triumph and terrifying pressure. She's won the seat, but at what cost? She knows the Logans are coming for her. When she flips out and blames Hope for everything, it's a defensive mechanism. She's masking her own insecurity about the company's stability with outward aggression. Let's reframe this. This isn't just a victory for Steffy, it's a massive burden. By keeping the seat, she is now the primary target for the entire Logan clan. Ridge has effectively placed a crown on her head that doubles as a bullseye. She was blindsided by his support because, deep down, she's always waiting for her father to let her down. This is pure legacy burden psychology. Steffy defines her self-worth through her position at Forrester. If she's not the co-CEO, who is she? Her reaction to Ridge's decision shows a desperate need for paternal validation that she's never quite felt secure in. Then we have Brooke. Brooke is deeply disappointed, and that is putting it mildly. She's reeling from the rejection because Ridge chose to sideline her once again. He's trying to convince her she can still make a difference, but Brooke knows that without the title, she's just an employee in a house she used to help run. This rejection has triggered a massive shift in Brooke's perspective. She's finally seeing the Ridge cycle for what it is. Every time she thinks they are a team, he reminds her that when it comes to the business, she's a Logan first and a wife second. This is why the rumors of her and Hope heading over to a rival company are gaining so much steam. Honestly, I actually support Brooke leaving. Why stay where you aren't valued? Ridge's attempt to appeal to her logic is a slap in the face. If I were Brooke, I'd take my Hope for the future line and build a rival empire with Bill and Katie just to see the look on Steffy's face when Forrester's profit margins start to dip. Brooke is experiencing a narcissistic injury right now. Her sense of self is tied to her influence over Ridge. When that influence fails to manifest in a professional promotion, it shatters her illusion of being the most important person in his life. This newfound clarity she's feeling isn't just about business. It's an emotional survival tactic to prevent further heartbreak. And what about Hope? While the mothers and fathers play corporate chess, Hope is the one actually losing her baby. Her fashion line, hope for the future, is being backburnered while the company focuses on couture. By Thursday, we see Hope demanding answers from Steffy, and by Friday, her entire career at Forrester hangs in the balance. This happened because Hope let her professional future depend on her mother's romantic success. When Brooke failed to secure the co-CEO seat, Hope lost her shield. Steffy has been adamant about stalling Hope's line, and now there's no one left to stop her. Hope is in a state of pure panic. Her line isn't just a job, it's her identity